Yeah, we back at it. All right, y'all. So what I got for you today, we're going to be talking about investing in real estate really briefly. Since I started doing real estate, one of the things I've been trying to do is get my name out there by first and foremost talking to people that are closest to me, like putting stuff on Facebook, making phone calls. I've spoken to some people I haven't spoken to in a long time, and it's been really great rekindling some old friendships and all, and just getting to know people. But one common question that I keep getting asked: hey Chris, can I buy a foreclosed home? Okay, yeah, you can buy a foreclosed home, and what? What do you want to do with that foreclosed home? I heard you can buy a foreclosed home and then resell it. Like if somebody don't pay the tax. You're absolutely right. Yes, you can. First of all, I want to start by saying, like most things, if it were like, let's just take being rich for being an example. If it were easy to make a lot of money or to be a rich person in society, everybody would be rich. If it were easy to buy a foreclosed home, just see a home for foreclosure on the market and go out, buy it, fix it up, flip it for a huge profit, everybody would be doing it. And I'm not saying that foreclosed homes are a bad investment, but you really need to know what you're looking for before you decide you want to invest in a foreclosed home. And the reason why I say that is because I think the general idea is that you're going to get something for cheap that's pretty good, maybe do a little fixing up to it, even if you thought about fixing it up at all, and then you're going to put it back on the market and resell for a higher price or for a big profit. That is, from what I understand, far and few in between, that you're going to sell it for a huge profit. Now, realistically speaking, you can go out, look at a foreclosed home, purchase it, put some money into it, put it back on the market, and flip it for a profit. Yes, that is possible, but you just need to know what all costs are involved if you're an investor. And what I mean is that a lot of people will go and think that, oh, I buy a foreclosed home. Now all I got to do is get somebody to walk through, take a look at it, inspect it, and then fix any small damages. Well, one thing to know is that you cannot have that home inspected, talking foreclosed homes, you cannot have that home inspected until you've purchased it. Whereas in a normal home buying process, you get what's called a 10-day due diligence period to sort of get those inspections done and to see if it's something that you really want to get yourself into, that you really want to buy without, like, say for example, that you wanted to buy a home and you liked everything about it. You walked through everything, looked nice, but then during that 10-day due diligence period, you hire an inspector to go out there and look at it, and they find out that your HVAC duct has a hole in it or something like that. Well, that's something that you probably want to know before you purchase the house. Now, I don't think that's a huge deal. I think that could be fixed relatively easy, but you see where I'm going with it. With a foreclosed home, you don't get to do any inspection whatsoever until you've actually purchased it. So that's something to note. Also, as an investor, one thing within the real estate world, the buying party tends to try and get the party that's selling the home to take care of closing costs. That's very common. Some people do, some people don't take care of it. Just depends on how your deal's working out. However, as an investor, just go ahead and assume you're always going to be paying closing costs. You're not going to get a deal. You're not going to get a cut. You're buying that property for investment purposes, then you're going to pay pretty much all the costs that are necessary. Now, I can let you know all those costs, but I mean, that's for another time. Now, in terms of investing in real estate, you really want to know what your goal is. Why are you investing in real estate? What do you hope to get accomplished? Are you trying to make enough investments in order to create substantial wealth or substantial income or profit? Then there are more than one ways to skin a cat, as they say. You can buy a foreclosed property, but you can also just buy a normal home that's for sale. Put the right kind of upgrades in it, and then put it back on the market for a flip. There are opportunities out there everywhere. It's not all in foreclosed homes. Sometimes people have to leave the state abruptly and you might just be there at the right place in the right time, and you might offer a price that they're willing to take, and boom, you may have already have a little bit of equity just based off negotiation. I mean, it just depends. Everything is circumstance based in this business. I just try to, my goal here is to get your mind off of being so focused on foreclosed homes and just sort of broaden your spectrum, because investing in real estate is a good way to make some money, but investing in something that's been foreclosed and you don't really know what's going on with it, I just don't, most cases it may not be the smartest move to make. Now, when I talk about what's your goal with investing in real estate, are you trying to flip it, or are you trying to do it for a long-term investment, as in you want to buy this home and have somebody rent it out? Both of which are great. You just need to know what you're looking for, because if you're looking to flip it, well, that changes time frames and a lot of things that go into play versus if you're buying a home to end up ultimately renting it out. And what I mean is, if you're buying a home to flip it, well, certain things you probably won't do to it because you're trying to get it right back on the market and get it flipped ASAP. You don't want that home to be sitting there. You don't want to buy it with the purpose of flipping it and it just sits there for a long period of time. You want to get whatever you want to get done to it and put it right back on the market. Another thing is, it's not all about the flip life. I mean, yeah, you flipping is good. I make a quick 30 grand, 20 grand. That's great. But also, there are other ways to invest in real estate from the standpoint of you buying a home, you paying off that home and renting it out, or renting it out while you're paying on it. And let's just say that you charge the rent for that home enough to cover the utilities for the house, the taxes, and the actual mortgage payment. Now you're investing in yourself. Now what you're doing is you're putting that money in the bank, because while you're paying that home off, it's no money coming out of your pocket. The person that's renting it out is paying off the home. All you're doing is sitting back and watching it sort of just pay itself off. Now, that is entirely possible. It is entirely possible to buy a home, put some new amenities in it or whatnot, or just spruce it up a little bit and rent it out. Maybe you pay it off in 15 years, and then after 15 years, it's still a rental property, and you're still making money off of it. That you have a long-term investment that's going to keep that sort of income rolling in, and that's something that I want a lot of people to think about, especially people that are my age. A lot of us are out here trying to figure out, how do we want to invest in real estate? We want to do some investments, maybe not in real estate, maybe in other things, but real estate is a big one. And, even for people that may have come into some money and just kind of want to make sure that they keep it moving, they don't want it to be stagnant, they want that money to grow. Well, that's one way that you can do it. You can get a home, rent it out, pay it off in 15 years, and then keep renting it out. And that way you got that income steady rolling in. I think that's a great way to invest in real estate. Also, you just need to know what you're looking out for whenever these things come up. That's what I'm here for. I'm trying to do this to give you an idea of what to look at whenever you're talking about investing. And I'm sorry I keep looking down, but you're supposed to be listening to this, number one. But if you're watching the video, I'm looking at my notes here. But one thing I will tell you I forgot to touch on, when you're just talking about foreclosed properties or just investment properties in particular, you as an investor will be responsible for pretty much all the costs that you're normally responsible for. And what I mean is, you're going to be responsible for all of the closing costs. I feel like I've already said that, but I'm going to touch on it again. You're going to be responsible for all the closing costs. You don't get to have any of that stuff covered as an investor. But also, there's rules to the flip. And what I mean by that is, I'm going to throw one of them out there at you. Let's just say that you buy this property. It's a wonderful property. You got it for a steal. You didn't really have to put any work into it. You want to get this bad boy on the market as soon as possible. Well, let's just say that the person that wants to get that home has an FHA loan or has been approved for an FHA loan. Good so far, right? Well, the thing is, when you're dealing with properties for investment, or in particular, this is when this will happen really quickly. you have to. I want to make sure I get this right. 90 days past the time of the deed stamp has been recorded, or that the deed's been recorded. Um, that is when you're allowed to get an FHA loan. In other words, if you buy a home for the purpose of investing or reselling it, flipping it, you have to wait 90 days after that deed has been recorded in order to actually sell it to somebody who has an FHA loan. Now, if they have a different loan, it may work out or whatnot. FHA is a real popular loan, but I just think that's something to throw out there. It's just a bunch of little nuances and little things that, as an investor, you may not think of, but as a real estate agent, I'm in this thing all the time. I'm thinking about all the different angles and all the different ways that you could possibly get caught up, or that you could possibly make a profit. So I just wanted to take a brief moment and to kind of just talk about investing in real estate today, because I get that question a lot. Foreclosed homes. Can I buy them? Can I resell them? The answer is yes, you can. Yes, you can buy a foreclosed home. Yes, you can resell it. But when you buy a foreclosed home, you don't have any idea what you're buying until you've actually bought it. Right? That's like me going to the restaurant and they're asking me what I want, but I haven't seen a menu yet. And they're just like, try the foreclosed burger. Well, okay, that maybe not be a good analogy, but either way, you get what I'm saying. I appreciate y'all for coming and check me out, man. I'm gonna try to make these things a little bit more valuable here in the future. I just felt like the investing in real estate topic is something that's big, and we'll touch on it again. If you got any questions about anything that I said today, feel free to leave a comment, shoot me a text. My number is 803-317-0488, 803-317-0488. Or shoot me an email. I can put the email in the description below, man, or just comment on it. Tell me where I'm wrong if you think I'm wrong. If you're a real estate agent and you can add something to this, you can add some value to this, please do. But other than that, hey, look, I appreciate y'all for listening if you made it this far. And I'll do something again next week. We'll tackle another topic, but I appreciate you.